Hi guys, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. I am Nicole. Leo, this is going to be a love reading. Oh my goodness, right? Like I'm doing love readings. Who would have thought? Felt compelled to do it actually. So what the hell? Why not, right? So Leo, this will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus, obviously. Cross watcher, if that's you, welcome to the channel as well. Guys, I'm going to go through two quick things and then we're going to get on with this. I'm trying not to make these readings too long. A couple of comments. I like to leave the comments open. I love to hear what people have to say, good or bad, indifferent, whatever. However, not every reading is going to resonate for you. If it does not, do not force it to fit. You don't have to complain about it. Just know that that reading is not for you. They're meant for somebody else. Check your other placements. Just check back, right? And sometimes I think two people get triggered by certain things and there's a sense of denial. So, place it where it fits, but just be nice at the end of the day, right? Just be nice. I also had somebody who said something to me about swearing. Guys, I'm a Scorpio true at heart. I am not going to dummy myself down to make you comfortable. That's not what I'm here to do. There are a lot of other readers out there. If that doesn't fit for you in your life, that's cool. I respect that. But don't get shitty with me. Just don't do it. Bad idea. I'm here to help everybody, plain and simple, but I am not going to become what people want me to be, right? I've never done it. I ain't going to do it now. So, I'm giving you so much love. Wish you all the best. But if this place is not for you, it's cool. I get it. No hard feelings. So, Leo, let's jump into this love reading for you. If you guys are interested in personal readings, that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. I am open for those now. And then you can also check me out at holisticallyzenwb.com for a full list of products and services as well. Okay? So, easy peasy. Let's get on with it. All right, Spirit. For the sign of Leo, month of August, I feel like your focus is probably and primarily on your home and family life right now. So whether you already have an established love relationship, very much your situation's being affected by kids per the card here. But we're going to get some additional information before we dive too far into that, right? All right, for Leo, for the month of August, love. I'm going to take those two. I think for you guys... I'm gonna call this probably a singles love reading, or this reading is probably for those of you who are kind of starting out in the dating scene, we'll call it, or trying to open up your life. I really do get a feeling of almost like a single parent, potentially more of a feminine energy than a masculine, but male. Reverse the roles, guys, as it applies. We all encumber both masculine and feminine energies, but this really does feel to me like a single mom, single whatever. It doesn't have to be. You could just kind of take on that more. You could be that nurturer, right? That loving, nurturing parent, more so than like a disciplinarian kind of vibe is how that feels. Like you take a softer, more balanced approach when it comes to your kids or the things in your life that you are nurturing. And I think sometimes that for whoever this is for, what it turns into is it's really lovely. Obviously, we love our children, but it also can tend to feel a little lonely too in the same breath. So it's kind of but it's also this need to allow yourself into a vulnerable space. I do think that some of you may be meeting numerous people through other friends and other dynamics and situations in your life where you're coming to third party kind of contact as well. Some of you they really emphasizing this puppy that's on this card. So maybe your children are your pets, right? We have a lot of people that are like that. I know I've got a cat, right? I've got a child also, but they're both one and the same. They really are. It's crazy in that way. The way they both act is wild. But it's I do feel like in the past you've had people come towards you that have offered you some type of love or tried to get close to you, and there was just this reservation about do I take this? Because I kind of feel like you're frozen in time. I kind of like where I am. Let me just be still. And those are really pretty, whatever it is you're offering me, but I'm just going to kind of hold on and wait a second. So maybe you just didn't feel ready, and that's okay too. Now, for those of you who are already in a relationship, I want to say there's a tendency to kind of ignore the partner in your world right now. And it could just be, I'm hearing from Spirit that you've been triggered by something, right? So it's kind of like you may be working on a process of healing right now, where you're seeking out guidance outside of your intimate dynamic, right? Because it's like all of a sudden now that something has happened, it could be related to your kids, something has been triggered, you're kind of shut down, not really making movement on anything, just kind of like at the space of indecision and not really sure what direction to turn. Spirit is reminding you that we are love. We are universal love. And it is safe for you to open up and be vulnerable with the right people in your life. So even if something has come in that has affected your ability to be close and have a close connection right now, where you're placing your energy is what you're going to get. So if you're shutting yourself down, you're going to get people that are shut off to you. If you're starting to kind of branch out and butterfly out to connecting with energies, you're going to start to see that reciprocal. And that 6 there, that, you know, always reminds me of the 6 of Cups, that 6 of Pentacles, that reciprocal energy, as I was just saying. So pay attention to that dynamic in your world right now, okay, when it comes to love. And remember, guys, love is not just romanticism all the time as well. So let's do some clarifying and see what else comes up. Some of you, too, may be mixing and matching with parents. Like, you may end up meeting another, like, single parent if you are completely single right now, where they have a child, and this goes back to, I got the goosebumps, children, whatever, you both have children. So it's kind of like both, there's a lot of fear of vulnerability for both sides. Is, do I really incorporate someone else into my life? But it's really interesting because the picture that Spirit's giving me is like there's kids playing in the background, and then there's the two, you and whoever this person might be, awkwardly going, well, did you get your laundry done today? Like, you know, that the only thing you know how to connect on right now is being a parent at the end of the day. So it's kind of a funny energy of don't know what to say, don't know what to do, could be new to the dating scene after 3, 4, 5 years, Spirit is giving me. So it's like, I don't know how to communicate with somebody other than, we did schoolwork last night, we got our baths, we did dinner, laundry piled up again, you know, so it's kind of like that kind of dynamic. It's really kind of cute at the end of the day. Going, I don't know anything but like Sesame Street and ABC 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. So, and you're toying with the idea of what connectivity means, what your wish fulfillment is going to be in the future. So children, Spirit, when it comes to children, I think your children have given you this is supposed to be love, not kids, right? But hey, we're going to roll with it. A very different perspective on, I almost feel like for the single parent out there, there's a conflict of, it's almost like you feel a sense of selfishness because you're loyal and dedicated to your maternal or paternal role in the life that you already have. So it's like, how do I find a balance between my home life and finding it with somebody else as well? How do those two integrate together? Slow and steady, right? You know, that Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady wins the race kind of energy. It's small, right? It's a small offer. It's I'm willing to try, but I still continue to feel that idea of stagnancy, stuckness of, well, now that I've said this, hey, let's go get coffee. We're just going to sit here and stare at each other and not know what to do, not know how to go, well, where do you want to go? Or how do you want to do this? Or what do you like? It's very, very ass backwards, to put it bluntly. All right. So for those that are already in a relationship, Spirit, what is this children about? I think for those of you who may be in partnership, if you have children, doesn't have to be children if you don't have them, obviously. This is kind of you avoiding love in a sense of kind of turning your back to it. This could be internal conflict from the past as well. If you're already in a relationship, it's like you just may, again, I'm going to reiterate, you just may not feel connected at this time. There's that nurturer, and it's like it may be coming, that 8 of Swords is like there's something about whatever it is that you're going through if you're already in a situation on how to nurture anything new or how to move forward in whatever's been going on in your life. They're just, Spirit is saying you could just be having a difference of an opinions with your significant other right now. And it's like someone's going to have to step into this nurturing role to kind of bring some unification back to the scene. So, you know, that too, pay attention to your ego. That can be stepping outside of that ego and going, you know, why are we in a space of fearfulness? You know, maybe Spirit is also saying they said something, did something wrong that hurt you, you got triggered, right? Doesn't have to pertain to your children. This could just be those inner childhood wounds as well, that kind of got triggered, or you've seen something that sent off, you know, Spirit saying red flags, where it's just like, you may be just transforming, and Spirit is saying metamorphosing into something new. You're starting to learn something about a new cycle for yourself as well if you're already in partnership. And that could be learning a love language, learning how to love, you know, I'm going to call it appropriately. So, all right, let's stay optimistic. Let's see. I really need to get a sturdier table. This thing's always rocking. Make you guys seasick. Okay, there's that Eight of Swords again. Stay optimistic about your love life. Queen, same two cards come out. In the reverse, Queen of Cups and then the Ace of Pentacles. I do really feel like when it comes to, and I'm going to stick along with those of you who are already in partnership with this, I almost feel like there's a fear or an idea that maybe somewhere along the lines, Spirit is saying even 20 years ago that you made a mistake by involving yourself into something. Understand that you are never trapped. If it feels like your connection is loveless, it's either you're both going to work on it together to create new space, new opportunity, new growth. Some of you may just be really contemplating a whole entire lifestyle change, even if that means 11:55 on the clock, even if that means making a completely different decision for solely yourself. So I hate to go, somebody is looking at divorce or something to that effect, because I don't really see that, but the energy around that is very much like the idea of contemplating where it is that you are heading to next. Not sure how this is going to turn out, not sure if you've made the right decisions in the past, very much in your headspace. Now, obviously, this is not going to resonate for everybody. Not every Leo is ready to chop off their partner, right? But this can also just be a sense of yourself, trying to find yourself while being in a connection as well. For those of you with children, let's stay optimistic about your love life. Or those of you that are single, I should say. Six of Wands, same cards that were on the, this is wild. You guys, I'm going to say no matter what situation you are in, you're dealing with a lot of the same feelings. And I've said this for ever, I feel like, and I've told a lot of people this. We all experience the same emotion. We all get to the same emotional place. Our journey to get there is different. And that's where empathy comes in, right? So it's like, even if my story, will say, isn't the same as your story, maybe I still felt heartbroken and betrayed. At the end of your story, in your journey to get to where you are, you still felt heartbroken and betrayed. It's not that our stories have to be the same. 13:31 on the clock. It's about understanding how we got there to begin with, and being able to see another person for their pain and their understanding of their situation where we are, right? I know I'm going to misquote this because I can't think of it right off the top of my head. Brene Brown. Something to the effect of, I'm paraphrasing, you have to be willing to meet somebody where they are as opposed to where you perceive them to be. I know I'm not 100% correct on that, but same concept, right? Same idea. That's kind of where both sides, so if you're dealing with children and you're single, you're married with kids, you don't even have to involve kids. It's going to be, again, those childhood wounds. You are ready for something that is newer if you are a single person. Like, you want to feel good, you want this new growth, this new opportunity, but at the end of the day, I feel like you're lacking the confidence to believe that you are worthy of that. So, you know, if you've been in a situation in the past where somebody made you feel less than human, that taught you how to shut down, that taught you how to check out from things, that taught you that you don't have the confidence to move forward, or you shouldn't be confident enough to move forward. And quite frankly, the hell with those people, because you should. You are deserving and worthy of love, plain and simple, Leo. So, you know, there's a desire to be optimistic, but under the surface is this lack of confidence that you're not worthy of it, or you're never going to see it come to fruition. It is safe for you to love. For those of you who are single, it is safe for you to love. I feel like for a lot of you, if you're currently single, you've dealt with a lot of emotionally manipulating energies in the past, and that is just something you're never willing to put up with again. And it's like, I think because there's been so much betrayal and hurt in the past, I don't think you guys trust yourself. It's almost like not only did that person in the past or that situation from the past break your trust, but it's also having a lack of trust and faith in your own ability to make good decisions and see things through, or to follow your intuition, to follow that gut guidance. It's like, well, I've screwed up before. I don't know if I'm capable of doing it this time, so I'll just lay low. Know that it is safe. You have learned a lesson in the past, and for some of you, it's multiple lessons over and over, that you are far more aware than you give yourself credit for. Remember, we're in Venus retrograde right now. This is also a time of reflecting. So you could be looking back at those fearful situations in the past that really caused you that pain and strife, but you're reviewing it right now, or at least you should be. Reviewing it, understanding it, making friends with it, accepting of it, forgiving yourself for anything that maybe made you feel unbalanced or insecure or not confident, and being a new version of you that has now learned some lessons, so that you can take those lessons forward and apply them to your now newer circumstances, okay? So keep that in mind. And for those of you, excuse me, for those of you who are, in partnership already, I'm gonna leave that one. It was starting to come out. Death card, yeah. See, Wheel of Fortune. I think that for some of you, it's like either getting your partner on board with a new lifestyle change, a new perspective, a new way of living life that feels better, right? And it's like you've planted seeds, you've watched a lot of things with a particular person that maybe just, didn't work. Just plain and simple, it didn't work, and I got the chills. Again, it just always putting in the effort and never seeing the reward. And now I kind of feel like you're in this space of, I'll do it by myself. Or you could never quite match up energies with whomever this is. And now it's like a death card. You're changing. You're starting to transform. Your partner, it's like, can I get them on the same page as me? You both have to be putting in the work on yourself so that partnership comes together always, right? So it's like you're seeing it from both sides. I think a lot of you are really seeing the perspective of both sides of this. However, you're also becoming much more aware of your boundaries and what you're willing to deal with and what you're no longer willing to deal with. And if that means cutting ties after, Spirit keeps bringing in this like prolonged, I don't want to say prolonged, but this extensive marriage, maybe 20, 30 years, something like that. Now maybe you guys are, empty nesters, and now it's like discovering who you both are without the titles and the roles constantly of mom and dad and kids and a house full of people. Things are starting to change, and Spirit's saying there's going to be quite a few of you that are going to be able to reconnect to turn this negative into a positive, we'll call it. For others of you, it's like, I'm willing to make this move on my own, or I feel like I need to make this move on my own. And it's going to be free will, personal choice at the end of the day, how you choose to navigate that and what your personal circumstances are. So, interesting reading, Leo. I felt the need to sit down today and get some of these done, so I'm glad I did. All right, a little bit of advice for Leo for their love life in the month of August. Magician in the Mirror, to me, that's always about alchemizing. If we got fire and water there, victory and success. One way or another, you're going to come out of this feeling better. I feel like no matter what you do, we're always led exactly to where we need to be. Sometimes we need to take a detour, but I do feel that, like, in the long run, Spirit's giving me 6 to 8 months, but they're also talking about June. This may have been June of this year where things started to see the differences. This could also be June of next year where you start to make some moves. I'm not sure why we're going out that far, but that's what we're doing. So this could also be going on Pisces season. Got Pisces and Scorpio here as well. Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, And Leo, there you are, right? Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces as well. Yin and Yang, you're trying to find the balance in between those two lives, and it's a whole new way of thinking for you. And that could just make you feel a little shaky. The communication may be a little shaky, like I said earlier, like, oh, I got my laundry done. You know, what'd you do? It's like, what do we talk about? You know, who are we? What are we doing? We've been parents for so long, we don't even know who the hell we are anymore. All right, advice for Leo, please, Spirit. Angel, there's that balancing energy again in the sun. Leo, there you are. And there's that hesitancy. I always see this girl and I think about the hesitancy. She's got that key, right? She's got the key. She can unlock this. That third party energy of that 3, also working with others, letting your friends help you, as this other card depicts at the bottom. Angel of balance. Finding and getting in touch with your emotional energy, balancing that out and allowing it to let you feel good, allowing yourself to feel good about what does light you up, Leo. What does make you feel good? What ignites a fire and a spark within you? And I will say too, the more you step into your creative endeavors, whatever those might be for you, we know we all have different niches, you feel a little more confident in moving forward in the direction of letting yourself open up, because it feels good, but there's a little bit of fear. Kind of take a step back, but then you embrace it again. So just Spirit said, let the lion within you roar, right? Let you do your thing. And there's those 3 of pyramids. Yes, it's been a long road. It's definitely been a long road. You've climbed some serious, treacherous territory to get to where you are, but you also have to realize that you're out of that. Whatever those struggles were from the past, you're no longer a part of that. So allow yourself to feel good in love. Allow yourself to tune in and transform. Allow yourself to be lifted up by what it feels like to connect to another human being. Doesn't mean you have to marry them or you have to divorce them or whatever the hell's going on for you, but just touch upon the difference of the feelings of what inspires you and what makes you feel off. I think those are going to be the biggest things. And if you're following that internal compass, you can't go wrong. Okay? 2222 on the clock. All right, Leo, I'm going to leave it right there. If you found this video resonated for you, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. And again, if you're interested in personal readings about your specific and personal situation, you can find that information in the description box below and the about section of the page. Check me out at holisticallyzenwv.com. And I'm wishing you guys an amazing month of August, and I will see you soon. Sending you love and light. Take care.